This video is going to be the deconstruction of an oil tank. Here's the oil tank, and it's I think like a 275 gallon tank, weighs several hundred pounds, so I have to cut it in pieces in order to remove it. It's empty, it's been empty for a long time. So I first drilled a couple of holes here, 2 holes, one on top, and then started check the saw. I'll be using this Sawzall, and I have a whole bunch of blades. These are the blades I'm using. It says 9-inch metal demolition. I'm gonna try and cut the top, this part off. Leave the bottom, because there'll be some oil sludge in there. Leave the bottom for a little while. Leave a little of the top, so if I don't get finished today and it starts to rain, I can put a cover over it, and what's left of the tank will help me keep the cover on. That's the plan anyway. Let's see how that goes. This throws little pieces of metal at me, so I'm really glad I have the glasses on. Turning a little bit. I'm not quite sure the right grip, but oh well. See what I can do. I want to cut it up in and over like that, and then cut across the top, take the whole front off. That's what I'd like to do. Might need to drill a few more holes like this to get the blade in and go sideways. I'll try a little more. I'm getting there. Blade had been brand new, wearing the red paint off. So I've cut that first panel out of the front. It's pretty heavy. I just let it drop. Let's take a look and see how much oil is left in here. It's not too much. Probably soak that up with paper or paper towels or something. Might be, maybe an inch and a half deep down there. Anyway, not bad. So I realized I should probably explain how I got the oil out. When I decided to abandon the tank, there was probably about 200 gallons maybe? Less than 200 gallons in the tank. There's a little measuring thing up here. This little thing here has a float, and that was up at about 3/4. So if it holds 250 gallons and it was about 3/4 full, it was somewhere between 150 and 200 gallons, was my guess. So I bought these tanks, barrels. I bought 4 of these big blue barrels, 50 gallons each. I got a little pump. I was going to rent a pump, but all the pumps that they have for rent at Home Depot are for like big gauge things. So I bought this little, it's a water pump actually. It's got one inlet, one outlet, and it takes a standard garden hose. So I bought a junk garden hose. Oh, she's upset about something. What's the matter with you? That's my puppy. It's okay, Gigi. That's Stan. They are Cane Corso Italian Mastiffs. She's purebred. The brown dog is only half. Anyway, enough about that. So I bought a junk hose and put it in the top of the tank here. This is the fill thing. This comes off. There it goes. I'm not gonna get that out now. So this goes in. So I had to, did I take the whole thing off? I put a hose in, pushed it all the way to the bottom, and then pumped the oil out. I filled up, it took me quite a while. It took me about a half a day or 3/4 of a day because I had to keep letting the pump rest. It's just a little pump. But it did a great job. So there's about 45 gallons. Each of them is filled up to about here. It's about 45 gallons in each of these 3. And then this one might have, what did I guess, like 20 gallons in it? 10 or 20 gallons? 10 gallons. And then also I filled up 2 smaller Home Depot 5-gallon buckets because I wanted to be able to save some. I've got a big old wood pile way back in the backyard. You can't see. Got a big old wood pile back there. I'm going to use some of the oil to burn. But anyway, I just wanted to explain how I got the oil out of the tank because that's kind of a prerequisite. So the rest of the oil that's in here, I'll soak this up with paper towels or paper or fabric, and then I'll stuff that in the bottom of the wood pile when I'm getting ready to burn it. It's about time to change the blade on the Sawzall. Sawzall is a great little tool here. This one is a DeWalt, it's called a reciprocating saw. I think Sawzall might be a brand. This is a DeWalt reciprocating saw. It says 12 amps. It's a great tool. We've used it to do everything from cut apart a dishwasher so we could get it out from under the cabinet to take down trees. It's really, really easy to change the blades. And this one, most of them, they'll have a release here. You just open that up. The blade comes out, sort of. The blade is held in by that little hole there. This fits in a slot and then something goes through that hole to hold it. And then the blade moves back and forth like this. That's the whole concept. This one, the DeWalt, you can put the blade in this way or you can put the blade in that way. Just depends on how you need it oriented for whatever you're doing. So I'm going to get another blade out. I've got 4 more. I'll probably need all of these. I'm putting it in this way because for me, this is the best way I can put my weight behind what I'm doing. Let's see if that, nope, didn't get it in all the way. So that's in nice and tight. Works like a charm.